Hello, everyone. So I hope everyone is having a good start of the week and had a good weekend as well. We are back for the second monthly updates, which it's always an interesting exercise. We've been doing that for the first time a month ago. So let's kick in and start to talk about what happened the previous 4 weeks. Should we start?
Yeah, let's go.
I'll go for some small ones for the previous month. Just going for some fixes, but yeah, we got some elements where we. I think for the people that are on the Discord, you've seen many messages about that, like about the join and leave button that were disappearing on the dashboard constantly, and so people got a bit lost on when they could actually use it or not. So we had just that fix coming in over the past 4 weeks. But I think one of the biggest elements is something we chatted about during the last monthly update that was in test during the monthly update, which was the decision making, which is now fully available for everyone. So we will keep improving on that front for sure. But we needed this first kind of block of work to make sure that it is going to be nicely improvable in the future. But we're quite happy with the first result that we've seen on the different streams, where she actually understands a bit better when to tune in or not. All of that is mainly on the auto mode, so if you want to try it out, it is really something to have a look on the auto mode rather than one of the pre-settings that you might have.
First thing I want to share is the increase in terms of space for the whole personality and backstory for characters. I think we extended it. We did our first round of extension when we released characters, because we really want to give more, I would say, really this feel of you craft your character and you build something that's very unique to you, and you have the space to express your creativity. And so we got new users that were very creative, and so we're like, hey, can you have more space? And I was looking at the characters, like, oh yeah, it's cool ideas, yeah, sure. Now I want to give you more space. So we did the first round of giving a bit more space there.
That was also a technical challenge on the other side, where for to make sure that Alicia stays in character, we want to avoid like bloated personality or even backstory sometime. So it has been something we were discussing about it before on how we can improve it and to make it still like qualitative on that. And so that's why it has been done in like steps rather than just one go with like everything.
And it's still a challenge, so that's why we can't just say, oh yeah, no limit, go do whatever you want, because more often than not it will end up in a worse result than like putting these restrictions, so that you have to be more concise in what you put in there.
We have a question from Rob. So will you eventually update the existing character backstories to make her perform better? When you mean the existing character backstories, do you mean the curated one? So the one that we have made ourselves? So yeah, on this one, I think we have some review to do on the existing ones, because we have characters that are very, very old, I believe. Yeah. I think some of them have like information over a year ago. Like we should definitely review some of that.
It's quite old. Like I can think of the Copilot, it's old and it's not the worst. So yeah, definitely we will do another round. Probably also associate some TTS voices that we think works well for these kind of characters.
Or even display names.
Maybe some display names. So yeah, it's something we will have a look at. Yeah.
And talking about voices.
Talking about characters, because it's curated characters. We released Freddy Krueger for the whole Halloween and Spooktober season, which has been received quite well. We've seen a lot of people using the character, using the voice, starting from the characters and building it or making some twist. I made some twist myself. My Freddy Krueger is now part-time pastry chef, and well, it's.
Yes, I didn't want to know that. I didn't.
He feeds you the pastry so you fall asleep and then he can hunt you. So it's like extra smart. Smart process. But yeah, very happy with that, and it's. I think we'll try to have this kind of interesting created characters, and we want to build more. So seeing this kind of positive feedback is good for us, and so we'll bring more, taking inspiration from what works with Freddy.
Yeah, definitely. So on the other one, so we have the interruption settings, which has been released related to the previous poll.
Text-to-speech.
But it has been, so basically we made it like a bit larger than what we were doing at the first time. So we had the poll where the autocut won the poll. So to have the autocut for the TTS, and this kind of triggers us to create the section of the interruption settings for the TTS. So for the voice to be able to either way wait for the streamer to stop talking, or the fact that the TTS will stop when the streamer starts speaking, which raised another issue that we had before, which was something we struggled to spot on before. The way that we hear basically the streamers is going through the browsers, and so do that basically browsers will throttle CPUs, and so in the end it had this unsync type of system where it wasn't waiting the right time or wasn't starting again extra. And we found a fix for that. Something that we thought would take about a week to build. Took a bit more than that to actually have it working fine. But now, so we have the interruption settings that let you have the control over those two elements, the autocut and the wait to speak directly in there.
Another thing we did is sending feedback and system messages whenever a message is moderated. So we've had a lot of time this issue where people were talking to Alicia and it felt like, oh, she's not responding, oh, it's not working, or she didn't hear me. Whereas she heard you very well and she was going to say something, but our moderation system flagged it as, well, if you send that message, maybe you will get banned from Twitch.
Yeah.
So we decided to add this kind of, small messaging saying, hey, I was about to say something very spicy and I had to refrain myself from doing it. It's a system message, so you can decide not to have it displayed and maybe be able to customize it someday. Who knows?
Don't say anything.
But yeah,
Not yet.
It's a good, good explanation of, hey, if she didn't post a message for that reason, well, that's what happened.
Because of Twitch rules, we had to moderate it. But there is an element that goes with that is if you use display names that are not Alicia's name, you will be you'll have a lot more freedom around that. So that's something that you can look into if you are more into stuff that would be more on the fence. Let's just say it that way. So I believe you've seen it, Rob, but now we basically have updated the app to have direct feedback on what you're saying.
What was a bit frustrating with the app is, you would be talking and then seeing the 3 dots saying, oh yeah, I'm here, what you say, and then back to nothing, white space, no dot, what's happening, was I understood, was it processing what I'm doing, I don't know. So now instead we are showing what is being understood kind of in real time or close to it, and then once it's building up the sentence, it's sometimes rearrange the words so that it's like, oh yeah, this is the sentence I understood. So yes, you will see stuff that might look weird, but it's because it's building up the whole transcript. Same way it's working for all the other systems, really. It's just that we're showing it.
Yeah, so it gives direct feedback that some time is missing on that. We'll keep doing some more tests on that, and I believe that's part of the news as well. But I will have a Windows PC to be able to actually do some more tests on the app and specifically on the audio. So hopefully in the coming weeks, the app should step up the game a bit and be more efficient on that and have more features coming in. which is something we'll be talking about it in the what's next as well. I think I'll do the next one, the next ones.
Sure, yeah.
Nico. But yeah, so there is a very quick updates on the fundraise. So we're basically finalizing everything. It's just we basically wanted to close a round in the middle of our legal provider renewing their legal license for being able to do that in the UK, and so it delayed a lot their processes to basically be able to close everything. So we're getting a bit more delayed. I know, so some people have asked about it, so that's one of the things. But it should be in the. I don't want to go for deadlines, but hopefully in the coming weeks should be fine. It's just taking ages, and we are very frustrated about it. But hopefully it should be in very soon. The other one is I was lucky enough to be at the Paris Games Week. It was 2 weeks ago. So first good thing, I've been able to meet with quite a lot of community members, which was quite cool. Mainly French people, and so we had some good time and some exchange about like different features that would be missing. For example, the moderation element, or some fixes that was going around the voices that went through as well. So it was quite cool to meet up there. But one of the main reason I was at the Paris Games Week was also to create new contacts with game developers, to try to see how we can create more integration for Alicia and see them coming in the when the game is released or stuff like this. So I've started to gather more contacts. We'll be in touch in the coming weeks, so hopefully everything should be in order for us to have more integration for Alicia when the games are available. Can you tell me what ETS is?
It's Euro Truck Simulator.
Every time I was saying ETS, I was like, what's ETS? And I always forgot to check. Okay, Euro Truck Simulator. I would say you have to push them on pressure, because we've been trying with some of those big developers, and they are a bit harder to reach. Where for us, it's just like matter of, hey, do you have an API? Like, please, just give us access to that, and we'll build it. That's why.
I think it's with this kind of simulation games, and like usually goes through mods and stuff.
Yep.
What happens is the person that builds the mods needs to have an incentive to build that integration in his mods, because he has a ton of feature he can build for his existing community, or he knows things that will bring him more users. Building that integration with Alicia, there's no he's not sure it will bring people or not to his mods. So it's a bit more difficult if it's just us pushing. We need people to be pushing as well, to say, hey, we want the Alicia integration.
Yeah, exactly. And hopefully as we are growing, that should be less and less of a problem later. But currently we're still a bit too small for them to see how impactful it can be directly for them. So that's something we'll keep building, and hopefully, so that should go with time. But if you know them, just please suggest them to be in touch with us, and we'll be happy to work towards getting those integration directly. And the last one, and I think that was beginning of October, really after the last monthly update. I went in Paris again to participate at the Arma des Dons event, where we were raising money for La Ligue contre le Cancer, which is a charity fighting against cancer. And first of all, thank you for the community member who tuned in. We actually on our end raised a bit for the for La Ligue as well, so it was quite cool to do that, reaching some donation goals. So really thank you for that. And Alicia was there to support as well the event. So we were playing at a large scale event the charity mode, which has been one of the big features that we wanted to push forward as well. So that's one. Cool. So next on the line is going to be on the what's next.
Yeah. I think the what's next is what we plan to work on, what we're already working on, something we plan to work on in the next month, and some stuff that are other crazy ideas that go into our minds here and there. We're never short of new ideas. So if you want to start with the first one, Yuba.
So I'm just going to share the screen.
Yes, because we have stuff to show. Some sneak peek.
It's still very early. We're still working on this. So keep that in mind before opening. But one of the big element we started to work on is the new Go Live page.
It's the what is now the Speak to Alicia page that will be rebranded and reworked as the Go Live page.
So yeah, it's going to be the new Go Live page. So here is the new Speak to Alicia page. So the transcription is going to be there, with just a listen with a little indication there. I believe I should be in French, so I'm not sure it's going to recognize anything there. With some rearrangement there, the quick settings for the interaction that should be accessible from there. Quick reminder of which character you're working on, if it's in the chat or not, the button to join the stream. We will also add on there, which is not yet here, a button to actually do the preview, where you will have the TTS available there. So it will help around testing, but also if you don't want to have the browser source, the browser source directly in your OBS, you will be able to just use this one and capture the sound, which is going to be available on the app as well. That should help a lot on this element.
And that will help for like VTubers, that want to reroute the text-to-speech of Alicia into, their 3D models. It will be a lot easier because they will have first-party access to the sound that's being played. So it's
one of the other element, which is more like a general information that we want to give you, is that we're still working toward the end of the beta. The Go Live page is actually part of that, which should help to simplify all the setup and making sure that people know how to test Alicia properly with that. So it's a whole that we're now getting closer and closer to be at, and so that's one of the elements that we keep working on.
So next thing we want to next is integrations. We ask on the Discord for some integration ideas. Of course, it's a lot easier, if the more information you share, like if there is an API that exists, it makes our lives super easy, because then, I can say, hey, what's in the API, and then build something, and then it can come to life in a timely manner. So, first one, and I think next one we'll be doing is Guild Wars 2, suggested by Kylie Lee. Will be a good opportunity for me and maybe you, Bat, to also try the game.
We will need some trainers.
We'll also probably ask questions about, so what makes sense in terms of data for the integration or reaction, because I've generic ideas. I've played some MMOs.
I'm quite happy she had that reaction, so that's good.
I mean, it's for me, it's the perfect example of what we just said. She sent, hey, Guild Wars 2 would be nice. They have an API. There was a link to the API. I clicked. In 2 minutes, I had all the information. Say, okay, we can build an integration very easily. So I said, okay, cool. Wanted to do some integrations. This one gets on top of my list.
Exactly.
Next one we're also looking at is the card game Hearthstone. I've played the game a fair amount.
Oh yeah, you did.
Quite popular, so it's I think it's a good game also to bring visibility. There is a new extension launching very shortly, so I think it's also interesting integration. For us to bring.
Just before we move to the next one, if you have any question, please start thinking about them. We'll be answering everything close to the end of it, so just keep that in mind. So if you have questions, start preparing them. So the other thing we wanted to remind everyone is that the best way for you to make us know about a feature that you'd like or something that you'd like to see Alicia be able to do in the future with the more detail, the better, is to head directly on Canny. You have a link directly on the dashboard that is going to show you the public roadmap, and there you will be able to post different features that you'd like to see or upvote existing features. So if you go through it, you can see some features that other people have posted, so you can just upvote for them. For us, it's really important so we can really see, okay, this is something that we absolutely need to explore. There is elements, and I'm saying it with all the love possible, but there is element that we won't be able to do. There is element that we won't be doing because reason of direction of where we want to head. but we are reviewing everything. So if you have any idea, if there is anything that you'd like us to look at, just post it there and vote for the one that you are the most interested in. And so we're sure that we can basically look at it and try to decide which one we will be heading on after. Looking for the other side of the kind of biggest element we will be working on, that most probably won't be just taking a month. So that's why they are at the end of the list. We have more memory improvements. So the memory has been something that a lot of people have said they are very happy about. We want to make it more extended, in a sense, like better understanding and remembering of the different facts on people, but also events. So there is tons of things that we have in mind to improve the memory, and we will be looking at that over the coming weeks and months. So you should see or be able to see some differences that will be coming through that.
Yeah, and we'll probably run an experiment as well, as we often do it. So, we have a group on Discord of people that get access to some of the new stuff we're testing. So if you're interested, join the Discord and ask to be added to that group, and we'll happily add you to that group, and you'll be able to test all these things before everyone else.
Exactly. The other one,
Vision.
So Vision, we haven't been talking too much about it on Discord because we are really doing research around that aspect on how we can make it integrated in the way we want it to be integrated. So we keep doing small experiments. We keep researching about it, and we're getting closer and closer to a point where we will start full implementation, and then having experimenters having a hand on it and trying to see how it could work or how we can improve it with the future. So again, experimenter groups, if you want to have access of the latest features that we are currently working on, that's a place to be. And Vision will be coming in when we are ready to do it. That's basic things. And the last one that I think has been requested quite a lot, even though I don't think we had a canny of that until Silef posted it 4 days ago. It's basically what we call the Alicia's action. When we started to work towards the Windows app or standalone application for Alicia, one of the main things that we had in mind is that we could actually access the computer properly. And so by doing that, I think many people start to make the connection there. It means that Alicia can actually have actions on the computer she's running on. It means that we can have actions made by Alicia within your game or your computer based on the key binding or on different things. So we are working on that. It's going to take some time. Don't get hopes that it's going to be released in 2 weeks. But the Windows app is meant to be one of the bridge for us to be able to do this. So that's not something we put on the side. Really, we want to invest more in the Windows app to be able to do more and more stuff. That's for sure.
But yeah, I can totally picture, because I know I have Star Citizen fans around me.
Oh, do you? Do you now? I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, that's, could say, hey, can you start the engine for me, or this kind of thing, and Alicia could be doing that.
We'll be looking into containment, so she won't be able to do stuff that you haven't basically pre-configured before. So it's not something that she can just by herself says, oh, okay, I'm just going to shut down your computer. It's going to be something that is fully controlled in that aspect. So yeah, no worries. You'll be the one basically setting, okay, this is how I want you to do X, Y, Z, and this is the only thing that she will be able to do. So you have full control. That has been always something we push forward, is that you have the control over everything.
Last thing I want is to give full access to my computer to Alicia, because she will use that to escape. I think it's a good time to take a minute and to talk about Product Hunt, right?
It's a very good transition. Go on.
One of our, I would say, biggest challenge with Alicia is to be more visible and to be more known, so that more users come in and give Alicia a try. Because a lot of people, they try Alicia and say, "Oh, your thing is cool. So I want to try it. I want it on my stream, and then they become users, and they're, well, mostly happy, most of them at least. And so for us, it's quite important to have more visibility. And so one of the websites we are currently trying to get more visibility, because we're also getting towards the official launch of Alicia, as in we've no longer been beta, is called Product Hunt. So if you feel like, leaving a review, leaving us a note, a rating, please do. It helps a lot. It's little things, but all these little things really help, and it helps us. If you feel like it, do it. If you want to follow us on social media as well, we'll never say no to that. So next, we'll be doing what we're doing every month, which is a poll to vote for one features that you want to see coming in the next month. So we did last month, and it was the whole TTS AutoCut, which became the whole
interruption settings. Yes.
Interruption setting. Yes. So we'll do the same thing now, and so it will be a good occasion. So if you want to vote and to see, we've pre-selected some features from the Canny. It's your time to directly decide what is coming next.
I think we should be good. We have 5 minutes, and I'm going to introduce you the different features that are in the list for this one. We have 3 features for this monthly poll around features. So you have the choice between remove the emojis from Alicia's messages. Has been requested multiple times on specific characters that using emojis kind of break a bit the impersonation. And so one of the idea was to make sure that she won't ever be using emojis if you have that option on. So this is one feature there. You then have the custom system messages. So when basically Alicia is joining your stream, she sent a message about that. When she's updating, she will be sending another message. When she's leaving, another message. When she is moderated, another messages. And so we basically had some requests about having those messages being customized, because you can have that for specific characters or anything that you'd like those messages to be fully custom, to be again more into the character rather than just a standard or generic message. And then you have the last one, which is the visual feedback on the Speak to Alicia and the new one, Go Live page, which is going to be when she recognizes that you're talking to her, you will see a visual cues that she knows she heard that you're talking to her. So that's something to help, it's more quality of life improvements that are going to help you during your streams. So you can just go ahead and vote for the feature that you'd like to see next, and we'll be building it, or do everything we can to build it over the next weeks. 4 weeks. That should be released by the next monthly update. We're arriving at the end. If you haven't yet cast your votes, that's going to be your last second to do it. Done.
Okay, so emoji removal.
Yeah, that's interesting. Okay, so I'm selecting this one, moving this on the Canny. This isn't. No, I think hopefully we should have that sooner than the AutoCut, which took a lot more time than I thought it would. Cool, so we're coming to close to the end. I think there is few more elements that we wanted to talk about. First of all, I don't know if you've seen, but on the YouTube channel, we have released more tutorial videos.
It's in the link. Of the channel, in the bio.
Okay.
You have the link to the YouTube channel.
Okay, perfect. So yeah, you have more tutorial videos. If you haven't seen them and there is any useful stuff for you, just go check them out. Please also just leave a like and share or comment. That always helps for us to have a bit more visibility. And if you also want to have more tutorial videos, or if there is something that you believe you would benefit of having it explained in that kind of video, just suggest it to us.
Any suggestion, come to us on Discord or write it in the chat now, and we'll integrate it in our list of video we want to do. You can also find all these videos directly from the dashboard. We have the whole playlist that will be starting from there, and you'll see all the things around what's in the dashboard, characters, display name, you name it. So, and we'll build more and more resources as we build more and more stuff.
Also, I don't believe we had time to actually write a message about that on the Discord, so wanted to make that in the monthly updates. But really wanted to thanks everyone who participated in the Spooktober raid train that we had a week ago. And in the same time said that we will never do another raid train in the time change window, which has been, I think, the biggest headaches that we've had for a while. Like trying to understand, okay, wait, there is so many countries changing time, but not at the same moment. So we had to kind of get the things working around, which has been something. Was quite interesting stuff to look after, but we'll be now a bit more careful on when we plan raid train. So thanks a lot again for participating in the raid train, and thanks a lot to those who have tuned in to basically fill in some spots and helping us out on the organization. Yes, Rob, you are targeted in that message, so thanks a lot for that. We'll most probably organize another one more in 2025. We'll let you know about that. And yeah, again, thank you for that. Don't forget to have a look at the product hunt link that Jalab shared earlier. So if you can help us there to get more reviews and more visibility on the platform, which is going to help us when we go off beta. So yeah, please just have a look, give a follow and a review if you can. That would be great. Also, don't forget, if you want to have new features coming in, best way is going to be on the Canny and vote for the feature that you'd like to see next, so we can keep track and know like when to do that. But anyway, we'll see you in 4 weeks for the next one. Again, the monthly update is on the first Monday of each month. And if you want to have the latest news, it's always going to be on the Discord. So we'll see you in 4 weeks. In the meantime, just reach out on Discord. We'll be always there. So enjoy the rest of your evening or day, depending on where you are. Thanks again, and see you soon. Cheers.
See you soon.
Bye bye.